Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News on the Wax. We appreciate that, and we do have a lot to talk about. So let's start with that forecast. Meteorologist Scot Haney is in with the details. Hey, good morning, Scott.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are we?
Excellent.
Good.
Your tie
A
matches
little
both
chilly.
of our...
I know. I decided to go with my fruit stripe gum tie.
It's perfect.
I love
Thank
it.
you. So appreciate that. First alert, live radar, dry. Hi, everybody. Freeze warning. Whoa. First we've seen this season. Whoa. It is in effect tonight through tomorrow morning as we're expecting those temperatures to drop, all right, into the low to mid 30s in inland Connecticut, upper 30s along the shoreline. So we've gone ahead and issued a first alert weather day for tomorrow. First frost, near record cold. Not record cold, but near record cold. Sunday and Monday, 2 more first alert weather days for a coastal storm that's going to bring us wind and rain. It's not good. It's like being in the 100-acre wood with Winnie the Pooh. It's going to be the trees are blowing around and the leaves are flying around. It's going to be a really rocky day. Blustery, blustery. Hartford, the temperature we're forecasting is 32. The record is 29 for tomorrow morning. 33 for Bridgeport. We're forecasting 39. All right. Then we turn our attention after we get through the freeze. Temperatures are going to warm up Friday afternoon to 64. Saturday afternoon, 68, a beautiful day on Saturday, but then we turn our attention to Sunday into Monday. Periods of rain, a gusty wind, coastal flooding. The water's going to get pushed into the Long Island Sound with this northeasterly flow, so not a favorable. Whoa, what a beautiful morning. Look at this sunrise. Isn't that gorgeous? Wow, Old Saybrook taking the cake this morning. Visibility again at a perfect 10. And look at the current temperatures, 38 degrees, a cluster of them in Putnam, Willimantic, and Norwich. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, they'll be in the upper 20s and low to mid 30s. So we're going to take you out and show you the forecast for today. Numbers in the upper 50s. Beautiful day of weather, just a little on the chill side. Morning, Kate.
7:03 on the dot. Good morning to you. Thanks so much for waking up with us here on the Wax. Heading out the door, I am following a first alert here for you. This is in Tulland, 84 eastbound. The exit 68 off ramp is closed here this morning. This is why you can see we do have Connecticut State Police and fire crews on scene here. You're seeing some traffic trying to get off and then realizing that it is in fact closed here. So again, this is on the eastbound side of 84. As you can see here, that Yukon sign, this is the exit that you take to get off to Yukon here right off of Merrill Road, so give yourself some time to get around that. We have a road closure here in Essex, Route 154, blocked off between Railroad Avenue and Essex Plaza. They're doing some railroad work here this week, so just heads up. Some bright sunshine here through Windsor. A live look in New Britain along Route 9. Those cones set up. We've got a lot of daytime construction through that area and in Merritt, and this is right along the Route 1591 interchange here. It's a quick check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right, let's get to some breaking news that we're following right now in Farmington. That's where fire crews are responding to a home on Birdseye Road. This is a live look at the scene here. Our crew just got there. Take a look. You can see those flashing lights. We're working to get more information here on what happened. Of course, we'll bring you the latest updates over on the Wax here throughout the morning, I should say, and also on the Channel 3 app throughout the day.
All right, developing this morning, there is progress on a peace plan in the Middle East. President Trump says Israel and Hamas have agreed to the first phase of a U.S. proposal to pause the fighting. Hamas is expected to release the 20 living hostages in the coming days in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. Israel's military will start to withdraw from most of Gaza and allow for more aid to be brought in.
Here in our state, some reactions starting to come in to that reported peace agreement. The founder of Greater Hartford for Israel says, quote, "We owe a debt of gratitude for progress on bringing the hostages home," to President Trump and the many world leaders who pressured Hamas sufficiently to make this deal possible.
Right now, a story we're staying on top of since it broke late Monday night. A man in jail charged with killing his parents inside their Waterbury home. Police say the violence started with an argument over money. Javion Adams now accused of killing 55-year-old Mark Adams and 51-year-old Carlene Williams. Officers arrested him in Watertown after he allegedly broke into a home.
And as that investigation continues, domestic violence prevention advocates are raising awareness about the warning signs.
Your reporter Taylor Knight has more on those signs that you should know.
Prosecutors say this started as a domestic dispute. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and police say that it's important to know the signs of domestic violence so you can help prevent it. One neighbor told Channel 3 that he saw a man and a woman arguing on the front lawn of the home on Beverly Avenue just hours before the shooting happened earlier this week. Prosecutors shared in court that the family was having an argument about finances, saying that they have video of Javi and Adams being accused of taking money from the house. If you are worried about someone, you should check in on them regularly. Help is always available by calling the Domestic Violence Awareness Hotline. And if you're worried about your own safety or someone else's, call police immediately. And Waterbury police are meeting with advocacy groups next week to help the community better understand domestic violence. Your reporter in Waterbury, Taylor Knight, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, this morning we're hearing from the man who confronted Adams after he allegedly broke into a garage in Watertown.
Right there.
The homeowner says he was sleeping when his surveillance camera alerted him to someone inside of his garage. So the homeowner confronted the suspect, who then ran away.
Super freak-like situation that I would have never anticipated, but that's life, I guess.
Well, police were able to establish that the man in the garage was Adams. Developing news here in New Britain, police investigating after possible human remains were found behind an abandoned home. Police responded here to Clark Street about 1 o'clock Wednesday afternoon for reports of suspicious behavior. Police found a large container in the backyard with what appeared to be human remains. If you know anything, call police.
Well, after a short break here, students at Portland Secondary School heading back to class this morning. Crews fixed the sewage backup issue at the school. It caused an unpleasant smell and other sanitary issues, forcing district leaders to close the school yesterday. An update now this morning. Students at that school again are now back in school. Let's take a look at what's happening in Windsor.
Yeah, in East Windsor, Winkler Road back open to traffic. It was closed for several hours last night between Newberry and Wells Road after a motorcycle crash there. We're told at least one person suffered serious injuries, and police are still investigating this morning.
All right now, the Senate Majority Leader says the chamber might start voting on bills to fund parts of the federal government as the partial shutdown stretches into a second week. The Senate still doesn't have enough support to pass a Republican bill that would fund the government through late November. The two political parties remain at odds over whether to restore cuts to Medicaid and extend tax subsidies for the Affordable Care Act. Right now, the government shut down, slowing travel at airports around the country because of an air traffic controller shortage.
Your reporter Roger Suzanne has a look at whether the shutdown is having an impact on operations at Bradley International Airport.
Well, good morning, ladies. We have some good news for you. Bradley Airport officials tell us that so far they have not seen a major increase in cancellations or delays. That is certainly good news for travelers today. The even better news is if you take a look at the departure board here at Bradley International Airport, you'll see that every listed flight is on time right now. And stop me if you've heard this one, but the heart of the issue is the government shutdown. CBS News reports an air traffic controller shortage has flared up since the shutdown began, which has led to a bunch of delays and cancellations at a laundry list of airports all over the country, including Newark, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and Los Angeles. Air traffic controllers are essential workers and required to work without pay during a government shutdown, but the Associated Press reports a slight uptick in sick calls over the last few days has snarled the entire system, and right now travelers are bearing the burden. So again, good news here at Bradley International Airport. No major issues, but again, we know that is not the case at many cities across the country. So travel experts say if you are planning to fly over the next few days, show up at the airport early. Also be flexible in your travel plans if you can, and also be extra vigilant in checking your flight status before you show up at the airport. Reporting at Bradley International Airport, I'm your reporter, Roger Suzanne, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Channel 3 is your Eversource Hartford Marathon station. Packet pickup for runners starts this afternoon at 4 at the Connecticut Convention Center. If you can't be there at the race in person this weekend, you can watch all the action live from the finish line this Saturday from 7:30 a.m. to noon right on the wax and streaming on WFSB+.